couple years ago, I found myself in U.S. Air Force pilot training. By couple, I mean several decades ago. Went through T-37s, basic jet training, went on to graduate into advanced jet training, at the time T-38 Talons. By the way, my dad named that plane the Talon, no joke. I don't know if I ever told you that, but he did. I was in T-38s. I had an instructor by the name of Ken Hubbard. Ken was a tall, good-looking fighter pilot dude, a quintessential fighter pilot if there ever was one. Super nice guy. Loved to party, drank hard, ladies man, you name it. He was a Joe fighter pilot. He was also a really good instructor. Really good. I learned a lot from Ken. Contact flying, formation, and most importantly, instrument flying and the importance of it. So thank you, Ken Hubbard, wherever you are. Now, Ken came to me as an instructor from flying F-16s in Hahn, Germany. It was a nuclear combat mission, and so he had a nuke and a conventional role. That was what they were doing at the time at Hahn. Maybe they still are, and it was a busy job. After one day we came back from T-38 flying, and I asked Ken, hey man, is it cool being an F-16 pilot? I mean, that's like a dream job, right? And what Ken told me has always stuck with me, and that's why I'm showing you the motorcycle. I'm giving you behind the scenes what's going on here in TNP. He said, well, to tell the truth, it's really not fun when you're doing it because it's so much work. So like I go into the vault, that was where they studied their threats, both ground and air threats. You know, 4 hours prior to takeoff, I have to memorize everything. My IP times, my insert points is what that stands for, threats, you know, my contact frequencies, because all of it was secret and he couldn't take it with him. And then he flies a 4-ship through 5 European countries in low-level routes at, you know, whatever, 300 to 500 knots, depending on what they're doing. He's working his ass off. He goes, I'm working so hard, I'm scared I'm gonna screw it up. And it's only when I get home at night and I'm exhausted from the day and I'm looking up at the, you know, ceiling of the room prior to going to sleep, and he goes, I guess that was pretty cool what I did today. You know, led a 4-ship F-16s on a training nuclear strike mission. Good story. I like that story. And the reason I'm telling you it now, because people look at TNP and they go, oh my gosh, man, that's like dream, right? It's kind of like Ken Hubbard. It's like today. Today's a perfect example. It's kind of fun, but I'm so busy and I have so many goals that I'm trying to get done, and so much logistics I have to remember. Things go down, things break, and that it's just so much work, dudes. It's only when I'm done I go, I guess that was kind of fun what I did. I'm just being totally honest with you. Today on this behind the scenes thing, what we're going to do is I'm going to shoot the MagTech Nutnfancy AR. That's my build right there. It's got a BCM barrel and a Midwest Industries fore-end on it, AR gold trigger, and other stuff I talk about in the video. And then I got a Golani there. That's going to be up on the channel soon, reviewing. Thank you, Mike, for loaning it to me. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I brought that gun out last time, the Golani, shooting steel in it. It's basically an AK, right? Mostly AK. And a steel case got stuck in it. And testing was done. Now you may go, hey dude, you know, you should bring this, you should bring that, and I can't believe you wouldn't have all that stuff with you. I'm like, dude, you're kind of disconnected from, again, the logistics of what we're talking about. You can't bring everything, especially when you're on a damn motorcycle. I mean, already my loadout on this bike is 800 pounds plus, with me, gas, side bags, ammunition, already a lot of tools. Freak, look at this. First aid, extra visors, WD-40, some food, water, toolkit. There's only so much. And I mean, now I have a compactable rod in here. I did a whole thing. This is how it goes. I mean, you learn what works and you go, holy crap, I should have brought it. So now I have a whole thing called Moto gun tools. So if a gun goes down, I do that. But the idea is I'm always in a hurry, always trying to maximize time. And when that happened, and I'll roll in footage when it happened, I'm just lit. I'm just like, holy crap, man, all that wasted time. I mean, it takes me a long time to come out here I enjoy the ride. I mean, it's not like miserable, that's not what I'm saying, but damn, it's a lot. And then that whole day was pretty much shot. So now I had to dedicate another, most of this day to come out and do it again. There's my target I'll be shooting. And here we go. You know, I'm giving it another whirl. So fun, yeah, kinda, it's mostly work. And this gun, by the way, in the indoor range portion shot so well that I'm willing to give it another shot. The guy who loaned it to me is super cool. These days in TNP, I'm to the point now, if I perceive the manufacturers are kind of assholes or they have attitude, I'm not going to give the gun a second chance. I'm just going to tabletop it and they can deal with it. But if a manufacturer's cool, I'll give it a second round. Almost every gun I bring to the table, not my AR's been 100%, but a lot of guns that I've been doing this summer just have had problems. I don't know if I totally blame the Galani for that jammed steel case. I don't know if I can do it. It's a Galani Sporter by Century Arms, technically. But it is an AK, and AK shoots steel. You know, mostly an AK. I don't know where that stock came from, by the way. I don't know if it's an aftermarket or not. I need to tabletop this sucker tonight because I need to get it back. By the way, if there's a gun, I might as well say this here to double owls. If there's a gun that you guys want to have reviewed and you're in the Salt Lake Valley, contact the P.O. box and then I'll come get it from you. One I'm looking for is a VZ58. So if you have a VZ58, I want to review that. And I'll loan it from you for about 2 weeks, maybe more. And I'll put some wear and tear on it. Sorry, but that's just the nature of desert operations out here. I'll try to take care of it. And I'll give you a fair tabletop. Be advised, that tabletop may be negative and it may undermine your faith in your favorite gun. That's happened a couple times. A good example of that would be the Steyr AUG. Yeah, Steyr AUG. I just didn't dig it, and the owner was not so happy with that review. But oh well, I told him, I was like, hey man, I'm not going to guarantee you a positive review just because you loan me the gun. So we're going to give the Galani another shot. And so what I'm going to set up, this is behind the scenes, I'm going to just do over the shoulder shooting. And then the AR, by the way, is out here because a lot of TNPers, you guys who have ordered stuff from the Nutnfancy Big Cartel site, if you guys order multiple things, Tactical Doodle throws in targets. And this might be a separate video. And the targets are kind of a thank you, and they're signed. They're kind of a cool memento you can put on your wall. And so I'm going to shoot some targets with a TNP AR. Sign them. You saw the targets in the boxes over here. And that'll be cool. So if you order, you know, we can consider it to be, you know, a sizable order, you get a target. Incidentally, I just posted a review on the Daniel Defense M4 series of AR-15s, and one of the guys that watched that had one of the targets I signed, and we fired it out immediately, and he was totally digging it. And go see his comment there. He's like, you know, he's like, whoa dude, you this is no joke, you really do shoot these targets. I'm like, yeah, everything you see in TNP is real stuff. There's these targets, so I'll use those right there. The 1190 is running great. It is a workhorse. Kind of getting back to the intro story. It is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's just a super economical way to haul gear out here. And that's what I do. When I can, in the summer I can do it. When it snows out here, obviously not. Slam is in California right now doing Pacific Coast operations. So I don't even have my pickup truck right now. So I'm kind of screwed for Soldier Boy unless I get Jardine to carry all the steel and stuff out here. And I strapped that steel on the back of the freaking KTM today. It was a big load. I'll bet you have 900 pounds on this thing. Crazy, I know. So far so good. There's kind of some oil coming out from the Rottweiler, I think, at the top of the cylinder head right here. And I'm gonna trail top this bike pretty soon. That's my goal. Trail top it. So do the review on it. Also the FGR is coming up pretty soon. I don't use my boxes too often. I need to. They sure are nice to have. Oh, check this out. This is like the coolest thing ever with the 1190 is I finally got smart. And there's a Glock 43, by the way. That'll be doing some shooting. I'm finally getting smart and I'm bringing a cooler. Check that. Oh! Nothing like Gatorade. Orange Gatorade, man, is the best. And I found that if I don't down a lot of fluids here, I get massive headaches. So I'm always trying to keep up with the fluid intake. This is set up for the forward shot. I'm going to start off with the Galani here in a little bit. You're going to have to watch that tabletop, and I'm going to give raw footage. I was doing raw footage videos a lot, but they're not really getting a lot of views here on the B channel. I don't think a lot of guys give a shit whether I post them or not, and that's why you don't see a lot. I could post 100 within the next week of raw footage, a lot of which you've never seen before. Yeah, but I mean, it's all percentage of views, and I kind of haven't done anything on the B channel for a while because the knife review of that that I posted, the Kaiser, it just flatlined, so I wasn't motivated to do much work. That's just the way I am. If guys watch a lot, I just load it. I mean, I can freaking crank the videos. I can do 5 a week on each channel. That's no kidding, by the way. But you know, there's a lot of media. Guys are busy. It just doesn't work. Cool bike. Tactical Doodle bought a 1192 actually. So the DL 650 is gone. It just couldn't keep up. When we drive together, they didn't pair well. The 650 is much slower, and for him to keep up with 1190, his fuel mileage, especially in windy conditions like we're seeing out here today, went down into the 30s on the DL 650, which was pretty much unacceptable. Not to mention it doesn't have an off-road suspension, and it was dragging, and the magnesium rims were bending. So 2 1190s in the project now, actually, and they pair up nice. And Doodle's actually doing some other stuff for his channel, I think, today, but he's not with me right now. So there you go. Quick in the field video. I think you guys will like this one. The story is just how it is. I mean, so I've got basically, I can probably get everything done right now in 2 hours. Once I start shooting, set up the shots, I'm going to come up here and do some holster presentations. It's twofold. I'm going to practice, and also I'm going to roll that into a philosophy video you're going to see on the main channel super quick. And then my watch today, by the way, is the soon-to-be reviewed Casio Pro Trek, which I love it. Although the barometer function, like all these ABC watches, not so great. Here's the date right there. Date and time. I love that blue too. That blue is so cool. Okay, signing off. Thanks for the support. So much to go. So much more adventure, so much philosophy, and so many more reviews. TNP, see ya.